2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
Well, Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat young Will Zalatoris. I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh, as am I. Wily Will found his way onto the tour in a very unusual manner, and he kept himself there. The pressure is not too much for him. He can handle anything. He's a fierce young man, a young man of the future, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his game. Where can you beat him? Where can you see any of those defenses? He's very confident, and as I said, Luke, he can take that pressure.
Yeah, well, he might be slight in stature. I think he's 160 pounds wringing wet, but he's big on confidence and bold with his iron play. There is not a flag he won't fire at, so if you want to beat Will Zalatoris, you better go hole hunting.
Well, you'd have to think this person's got a head full of confidence, Rich, coming off a last start win.
The game is coming easy to this player right now, so no reason not to believe they can't do it again this week.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole.
He's in a share of 12th place. And now let's catch up with John McCarthy for an on-course report. What can we expect from Echo Park Golf Club this week, John?
Well, Luke, one thing I can say about this after walking the course this morning, it's a long one. So distance off the tee, especially important here at Echo Park. Course starts off along the big lake. There are a few holes that hug the edge of this lake, not unlike a Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. And when you get away from the water, you get hit with the sand on the 6th. There's a thin corridor of fairway that leads to the green that weaves its way through. I think there's 5-6 bunkers leading up to and surrounding the 6th green. And from there on out, the players are going to be on the watch for the sand because it's sneaky and it's hard to avoid in certain situations. It's going to be an exciting time here, I think, this week at Echo Park.
Going with the pitching wedge here. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. And with that, he'll stay right there at even par.
And now we find ourselves with a par 4 here.
That's heading for the fairway.
Time for the second shot into the third.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right.
Wow, showing Will Zalatoris that this rivalry is indeed not to be taken lightly.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
This one's online. And with that lovely play, they're now ahead of their rival. It's getting serious, isn't it?
Currently 1 under for the day. Here we are at Echo Park Golf Club, the 4th hole, and it's a big brute of a par 4.
Off the tee, your eyes look down the left-hand side and see 2 massive bunkers and obviously the water. So anything right of that is just fine. If you find the fairway, second shot is downhill just a little bit to a long, narrow green that has got bunkers down the right-hand side. Distance control with that second shot is absolutely imperative if they want to have a good look at birdie.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots. Now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Let's see what happens here at the 5th.
Pretty good shot there.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Oh, just missed. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it.
This has a real chance.
And that's a long-range bomb. And rest assured their rival will be looking over their shoulder.
Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
What an amazing putt from way out.
Just 1 off the lead after that hole. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Time for the second shot here at the 6th. Yeah, well played.
An opportunity here to move into a tie for first.
Starting to look really good.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks.
Checking the standings now, and they're currently tied for first with multiple major champion Colin Morikawa.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Oh, well played. Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
And here we are with the third shot.
Currently tied for the lead.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Currently 4 under for the round.
Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
Going with the hybrid. Looks like this one's going to the beach. That's not the outcome they were after.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Okay, let's get back to the action.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Getting ready to play their third. He's currently tied for the lead.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. This one's for bogey. And that puddle drop. Well done. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage.
And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Okay, time to return to the action. Playing from around 210 yards here. Only 1 shot off the pace. Wow, what a shot. 11 feet to the cup. Just didn't drop. An opportunity to make their par. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert?
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
Teeing off now on the 10th hole. That's tiny. Looks to me, Rich, that this player has a ton of confidence. Put themselves right back in position to win straight off their last start.
They're going to have to make some birdies coming down the closing stretch, but they have a lot of good vibes coming from that last win. I expect more of the same this week.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Sitting at -3, tied for second place. Nice recovery there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Putting for birdie here. Oh, nice looking putt. And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
Oh, that's a great shot and a birdie opportunity coming up here at the 11th. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Trying to get to 5 under with this putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
Like the look of this one.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. We have a par 3 on this one.
And he's hit that inside the range.
And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Yeah, nice little 25-footer here from him. Outside chance, so it'll be good to hole.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Oh, what a big putt to make that one. And that will take him to 6 under. That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Now 2 shots up after that one. Well, the 13th hole here at Echo Park Golf Club is not as kind. A big hole at 504 from the tips.
Well, thankfully, it's slightly downhill off the tee, but yes, avoid those bunkers down the right-hand side, and of course, that meandering brook that is a feature of this golf course. Big hitters can actually take it over everything down that right-hand side, but that's for the brave few. Second shot, downhill slightly to a massive green. Just some big bunkers on the left-hand side, but plenty of bailout room over to the right.
Oh, this is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff. Opting for the 5-iron. This lie won't be too bad in the first cut. He has this putt to save his par.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Birdied their last hole.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. This hole here is a par 4. Not bad. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 155.
Opting for the 9-iron. Not a bad play, that one.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
That was a gallant attempt. Just a 4-footer remaining.
Nice little par putt here.
And down she goes. After that hole, this player is currently in first place, with Colin Morikawa in second. Nicely done. Sitting at 6 under for the day. Currently in the lead.
Just needs this one to kick right. Okay, that'll work. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? You know, Luke Donald once made all 400 plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
He's currently sitting in first place.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Well, that's right out of the top draw. A great shot from our leader.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt.
Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. And that will take him to 7 under.
And it's Brooke Henderson coming off an eagle on her last hole. And that will take her to just 1 stroke back.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum. Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader.
Wow, was that a massive drive there. Holy cow.
This is looking pretty good in the air.
Well, good shot that. Right inside the range.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
12 feet to the cup coming up.
This for a birdie run. This really looks good.
Well done. Take the birdie. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play.
And with that hole finished, they're currently in the lead, with Brooke Henderson following in second.
And now this player tees off their final hole of the event with the lead. Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
Huge tee shot there, Luke. What a display of power.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. Critical bunker shot here to win the tournament. Ooh, what a time to chip one in here to win the event. So close, Rich. That chip almost went down for them.
How did that stay out, Luke? That chip looked good the entire way. But the next step for this player is to sink this.
And there it is, Rich. We're going to extra holes now.
Well, Rich, it's time to find out who will win this in a sudden death playoff.
Oh, this tournament deserved it, Luke. So good all day long.
Well, it's going to take sudden death to decide this title. Let's go, Rich.
Oh, such an exciting day, Luke. Let's get into it.
That swing looked a little jerky from where I'm sitting. Second shot here at the 18th. Just let that shot be water off a duck's back. A big moment here. Really got to be aggressive if they want to have a chance in this one.
With their opponent in there close, Luke, absolutely take dead aim.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. That one's heading out to the right.
Not a good time for an errant approach. Missing the green in a playoff puts pressure on the short game.
The equation's pretty simple. Chip this in and win the tournament. Ooh, that almost went down.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
And that'll force this playoff to another hole. And now on to the next hole of this playoff.
Well, it seems obvious. They really need to stick this one close if they want to have a chance.
They have to expect their opponent to make that putt, Luke, so you have to take a chance and get it close. This one is all over it. Luke, unfortunately, that got a horrible kick, ended up in the rough.
And this from the greenside rough.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Hope you enjoyed our extra coverage in this week's playoff finale. From myself and all the hardworking people at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.